Everyone, Hannah here for 446 and 392. So, you can, if you notice my voice is a little hoarse, I'm under the weather, so I'm doing a combo video for my summer one session classes to conserve my voice. And because both of these classes are 6 weeks and they are both upper level writing intensive classes, they're structured exactly the same as far as assignments and things like that. One of the main differences, really the only difference, is what we're reading in the content and that sort of thing. So the first thing I'd like to point out is that I'm still operating under the assumption that students are struggling with COVID-related issues. So our classes for session one are going to be very bare bones. And so the biggest agenda item, if you will, for our classes is that you have to write, I believe it's 16 pages double space for all upper level writing intensive classes. And that's a UH requirement. And so for both classes, you'll be doing 2 short papers and a final paper, and that should equal 16 pages double spaced in total. And again, that's a university requirement. So if you go to your syllabus, so here's the 392 syllabus, and you'll see that you need to do 2 short reflection papers. Those are pretty, they have rubrics, but they're pretty flexible because you're reflecting on class material. Those should be about 3 pages or 803 words. And that rubric is already on LaLima. And then at the end of the semester, you'll do approximately a 10-page or 3,000 word final paper. And that gets us to 16 pages. And then you'll see for 446, same thing. 2 short reflection papers, your final paper. There's also some discussion board posts weekly for both classes to help with your final semester grades so that it's not all based off of writing papers. And you'll see the requirements are the same. For the short papers, the rubric is actually the same for both classes. For the final paper, I'll be tweaking that rubric for each class to ensure that students are incorporating content-specific material into their final paper. But the mechanics of your final paper are the same for both classes. So you're following ASA or APA formatting. The papers will be research-based. The length is the same. I'm looking for a lot of the same things in these classes because, again, they're both upper-level writing intensive classes. All right. So I think that's kind of the most important thing students really care about. I just realized I forgot to introduce myself, so I'll do that really quickly. My name's Hannah. I just finished my PhD at UH Manoa in December 2020 in sociology with a certificate in women's studies. And this is actually my last semester teaching at UH for the foreseeable future, because I am starting a faculty position at Furman University, which is in South Carolina on the mainland. And so that kind of gives you an idea of what's going on in my life. I am in a transitional period, so I'll be traveling to the mainland here and there. I have a lot of family around. I don't know if you can hear my niece in the background. Oh, hey, Laura. She's hanging out right now in my room, so maybe she'll make an appearance in some of my videos. But my mom is sick with cancer, so I'm visiting family. I am moving to another city, so I'll be dealing with that. So if you get some weird emails from me if you get emails from me at weird times, I should say, it's because I am traveling for those various reasons. So just keep that in mind. But I'm always checking my email on my phone, so you shouldn't have to wait too long for me to respond, regardless of where I am. And so I think by now with COVID, we're all pretty familiar with LaLima and how online classes operate. But if you don't know, you Google LaLima, you log in with your UH credentials. And I'm gonna, okay, let's see, I'll go to 446, and I'm gonna go to student view. While this is transitioning over into student view, I should also add that part of my pedagogy as far as tweaking things for COVID is that I do try to be more flexible as far as working with students and being empathetic to your situations and that sort of thing. So, if you are having any issues, health related, family wise, work related, stuff like that, do you feel like you can reach out to me for extensions and that sort of thing? Because I know that even though things are slowly going back to normal, they're not really normal yet, right? So I do anticipate students needing to, ask for extensions more than usual and things like that. So do reach out to me should you need to. So 392 is a little behind as far as building my Laulima site, but that's my sister in the background. She's trying to get my niece. So anyway, this is what both classes should sort of look like logistically. So when you log in and you're in my class, you should be on the Start Here First page, and it welcomes you. It goes over just various aspects of the class. I always try and have a checklist each week so that you don't forget to do something. And then for this first page, I just, I have stuff about taking online classes, netiquette, so how to respond to your classmates and that sort of thing. And then if you need any help with IT and stuff like that, I encourage you to screenshot or write this information down so you have that should you lose internet access or anything like that. Say bye to my niece and my sister. And then, of course, the syllabus is here, and you'll be doing an introductory discussion board post this week in addition to your week 1 discussion board posts. And that's just so everyone can get to know each other. And that'll be like your bonus discussion board. So if you miss a discussion board later on in the semester, you won't lose any credit for it if you did your intro post. Okay, so for both classes, your discussion board post, your individual one, is always going to be due Friday at midnight, Hawaii Standard Time. And then your one response to your peer. And if you've taken classes with me before, it's only one this time, not 2. That's just to help with COVID stuff. Your response to one peer is due Sunday at midnight. There's a little bit of space to ensure everyone has done their individual posts before responding to a peer. And so for those assignments, I don't have makeup work. So you do them, you get credit. You don't do them, you don't get credit. And there's a bonus one built in case you do miss a week. Okay, sorry. I feel like I'm a little all over the place, but bear with me. Here logistically is all of the different weeks on the side, and you can see right now that only week 1 and 2 are visible to students. I don't want to overwhelm you with all 6 weeks, but they'll be opening up soon. And so everything you need for the week that we're in is going to be in that week. But let's say it's 11 p.m. on Friday and you're hustling to get your discussion board done and you don't want to bother with being on week 1. You can just go directly to the discussion board tab and it'll take you directly to that section of Laulima. And that's also true for other tabs. So if you just want to check your grade real quick, you can go to that tab. If you want to find a specific reading that's a PDF, you can go to the resource tab. There's all kinds of good stuff on Laulima. All right. And I think that's it. You'll see that the class schedule, as far as when your papers and assignments are due, is at the end of your syllabus. This is what 446 looks like. And I believe someone told me there was a typo in this one. So I'm going to check for that right now. I don't see it. Maybe it's the other class. The caveat here for both classes is that your final paper is due in June on a Wednesday. The reason being is that our last week of class isn't a full week, and so I can't have you submit, unfortunately, your final paper on a Friday like all the other papers are due. And the reason being is the semester has already ended at that point. So your first two short papers are due on Fridays at midnight, but your final paper will be due on a Wednesday at midnight. Sorry, and that's true of both classes. So let's take a look at 392. Oh man, my voice is almost gone. So same thing, Wednesday by midnight. Let's see about this. All right. Oh. Okay. And then for both classes, at the end of the syllabus is this agreement, and that is due this week. And you get 5 extra credit points for submitting that. So again, if you've had me before, usually that's not extra credit, but just to help sort of with extra credit and grades and that sort of thing with COVID, I am doing that for extra credit this semester. I think that's all I have for you. I don't think I can talk for much longer. Please email me at hannahli@hawaii.edu if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer them. Emailing is probably the best way to get a hold of me right now, especially with me being so hoarse. And yeah, I look forward to getting to know everyone this semester. I will talk to you. I'll be in touch soon. Bye, everyone. Oh, I should say 446 is in pretty good shape as far as building Laulima, but 392 I still need to work on a little bit more. So bear with me. I will finish that by the end of today, Monday the 24th, our first day of class. So thank you for being patient and understanding. I've just been really under the weather, as you can tell. So, all right, aloha.